Well, dozens of newcomers gathered at a community center in Hamilton's North End today to learn about available support services. Refuge Newcomer Health organized the event due to a high demand for help from refugee claimants and asylum seekers. Matt Ingram was there today and joins us now with more. Good evening, Matt.
Good evening, Taz. It was a packed house at the Bennetto Community Centre as people from Africa, Central America and South America lined up to speak to the many organizations who were there to provide support and information. It was a room full of people who say they've left everything behind in search of a better life.
At first it was hard because it's a new country, new people. I didn't know anybody here.
Looking for a safer future for herself and her family, 54-year-old Miriam Kaluga left her 3 grown children and her teenage son behind in her home country, Kenya, to start a new life here in Hamilton with a little help from the Y.W.C.A.
They helped me settle, like in drop-in, then they housed me.
She's been here 3 months, living in temporary housing at the Y, but with her work permit now in place, she's looking for a job, maybe as a caregiver or a nanny, and eventually a home where she can bring her children.
I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work, contribute to building the nation and to the community.
Arriving in Canada in June after fleeing the war in Sudan, Rehab Ali and her 4 children are also looking for safety and security. She tells CHCH News through a translator that her family is staying at the Good Shepherd shelter and looking for pro bono legal help to start a refugee claim and apply for a work permit. And today's event, she says, is helping with that.
I love Hamilton.
They've come here willing to work, willing to contribute, just looking for a better life and looking to give back as well.
Lohifa Pogosanaker with Refuge Newcomer Health says the demand for help and information on how to find help is sky high in Hamilton.
And the shelters are full. There are so many gaps in support. We had about 4 or 5 people sleeping in the street, some of them sleeping above Jackson Square.
Newcomers could find help securing a job or volunteer work, as well as educational supports for their children, and where to find food, as well as legal advice, housing supports, and a wide range of other important services.
You think about fundamental human rights, housing, food, clothes, they don't even have that, let alone information to really integrate them into the society here in Hamilton.
Settling down, you need such organization, and they are really helping us.
Last month, Mayor Andrea Horvath said 20% of emergency shelter beds were being occupied by refugee claimants and asylum seekers. She wrote a letter to the federal government asking them to support Hamilton with more money for support services and housing as the city tries to welcome newcomers to Canada.